Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So today's video is a really odd one and I don't think anyone expected it from me. I'm going to be showing you my home photography studio, which some people might not know I actually have. But I have a home photography studio, what I think is so cool. I bought this just for fun because I needed to build a portfolio and I was going to spend all summer building a portfolio which I can then use for future job references. I'm going to show you my process, what I use, where I got it from and how much everything costs and how to make a cool photo shoot using your products or someone else's products. So let's get straight on with the video. For people who do not know, this is actually what I want to do for a job, is like media productions and things like that, what links in with photography, etc, etc. Okay, so these are the poles that we put up first. Okay, so now the two poles are built. They're clearly at different heights. Yeah, so now I have to select what sizes I want. So how many poles I have is how many sizes. So the smallest I can have it is what I'm going to be using today. And the largest is 5 meters long, I think. So due to the lack of space, it is always so hard, but we make it work. When putting this up, something that I constantly have to think of is the health and safety of the equipment as well as myself. So little things like these knots, things that you probably can't even see on camera, can keep me safe. I don't do it too tight but not too loose because you don't want to damage the equipment. This tool, this is ridiculously tall. I'm only doing a product shoot, so it needs to be small. So let's undo the work I just did. So this, you have to be careful because you don't want to drop it and you bang your head. Health and safety. As I keep saying and stressing, health and safety is such a key thing to remember when doing these shoots, even if it's at home or in a real environment. The health and safety of you and your equipment is so important and it's so underestimated on little things that can really help and make sure you don't get damaged or the equipment doesn't either. Okay, so selecting the background is such a key thing. I have a black, a white and a green screen in which I use, and I use these little clipper things that are so strong and holds the fabric up basically. But I'm going to show you here that you can basically use anything. I'm going to be showing you using a chair. I normally use a table, but I'm going to show you guys using an IKEA chair and how easy these shoots are. So this is the scene dropped perfectly for me. So now let's move on to the lighting. Okay, so this is a bit where health and safety really does come in with cables. So making sure that there is no cables stringing across and that you know before you go to that shoot where the plug points are, if you need an extension lead and if you need a mat to cover the cords if you do need to string them across. And it's so underrated. At home I just use a blanket which is safe enough for me because I know it's there, but if you were in a public shoot, you definitely will need to invest in some mats. But yeah. Here we go. This is what it looks like now. I've got the cool white lights there. So let's just turn this on. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. Okay, so the equipment I'm using is the EOS 13000D Canon camera body, as well as the macro 0.25 meter lens, as well as the 55 to 250 millimeter lens, which is currently on the camera now as seen on the screen. I will also be using this macro lens just for when I want to get pictures of just like the brand type and things like that, those type of key things. But when I'm taking like a whole photo like this, I definitely won't be using the macro lens. I'll be using this lens. I'm also going to be using this xxxx high definition multi-coated lenses. So in here, let's just open it up. So in here, when you open it, it has a range of different colour lenses. So let me show you on the camera. So if I put this over, I can create half a look, a full look, so I can change the colour of it, etc. What I think is so cool, I'll show you another colour. So this can create everything blue, so I can create the whole world blue, or I can have it half blue, half thing. And I think it's so cool. So I'm definitely going to be playing around with this, with the products, and just seeing what I can create. Hi guys, this is me editing. I just wanted to say one thing is that when you go into shoots, you've always got to have a shoot plan. I do truly recommend it so that you know what products you're going to be taking, the outcome you want and things like that, so that when you're in the shoot, you have a set plan instead of going into it, winging it and just thinking, so I'm going to take a photo of this and I hope it turns out like this. Instead, you sit there, plan it, and you'll know and you'll get the best results in your shoot. So that's something I truly do recommend. Right, let's go back to past me. Okay, so during shooting, I always constantly think about what I want my outcome to be. So when doing the shoot, I always look at what I've taken and adapt and change, like the aperture, the exposure levels and things like that. It is a key thing in a photographer's life that you need to do. It's just constantly reference back to what you've just taken, what can look better, because not everything can be saved in post-production. Of course, you need to constantly look at what you're actually doing then and there, and if you're balancing it right, is the composition great and things like that. So I do really recommend constantly referencing back to your ideas. Okay, so I'm back editing me. I just want to talk about post-production, and it's such a key thing, and most people don't do this part. They just take the photos and just think that is it. Post-production is such a key thing to brighten up your image and make it look so much cleaner and nicer, taking out any dust and things like that, making sure that it looks smooth, etc, etc. So post-production is just the editing stage, the after the shoot. That's all it is, and I really recommend just going into it and just playing around with an image, and by the end you'll come out with a real great outcome. Bye! Let's go back to old me. Okay, so after uploading the shoot, I organise it into shoot orders. So if I had a certain object, I would put them into folders. I then sit through them. I organise which ones I like, which ones I don't like, and which one I think would look good in post-productions, and if what needs to be done to them. Do they need to be cropped? Do they need to be brightened? Etc, etc. These key little points. I then open Adobe Photoshop, but I have the whole Creative Cloud, but I'm going to use Photoshop for this, and I open up a new tab in which I use my custom slides, because I just have so many, but you can design it how you want, whatever size you think will be good for your shoots, and I just edit them. So I like to mess around with the brightness, contrast, and turn them in black and white and things like that, just playing around with the images, cropping them. This is a before and after, so you can see the big difference. Okay, so when I'm finished with my edits, I like to just literally put them into a edit folder. So this is where I organize it, so I know the difference between the shoots and then the edits. So these are my original shoots and then these are my edits, so I can always go back, edit them, etc, etc. So this is my online portfolio in which I use Adobe Portfolio, as you can see up here. This is it in the editing stage, this is it here. So this is where I like to keep all of my work. So this is the recent shoot, it's already been uploaded for us, but I like to just keep them here so that I can show off my skills for future jobs or apprenticeships. Let's go back to my work. So this is old shoots that I've done. This is my two most recent ones, and some of these are done at school and part of my project, but I do like to show off as much as I possibly can, and just show my best skills possible by using this. Okay, so it's me back again. I just wanted to say about my shoot, and what my idea was I wanted this old themed around flowers and kind of the black and white type image, and quite grained and things like that. On when I uploaded what you've just seen, some of them actually didn't show up that well on Premiere Pro, so in the description in my bio is the link to my portfolio so you guys can see my work up close. You can zoom in, etc, etc, and see and keep it updated and things like that, and just have a look. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun filming it. I just love filming and doing things that I enjoy doing. Obviously this is the job I want to do, so of course I'll get excited over it, and I just wanted to share you guys my thing. I was kind of inspired by Con, so you know, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.